Good morning and welcome to today's session on taking control of change. I'm Drew Jarvis, an application specialist with Cantel based in Vancouver, BC. I am joined by Hung Nguyen, who also works as an application specialist with me in Vancouver. We're going to start with a brief presentation, followed by a demonstration of Autodesk Vault product data management software. Then we'll answer any questions you may have before wrapping up. So, why is change so important? For companies designing and manufacturing products, the only constant is change. Changes are happening all the time, for multiple reasons, and originate from multiple areas of the business. From R&D updating the product to field failures, from changing suppliers to inventory issues, from compliance issues to customer requirements. Change can come from anywhere, at any time. It's at the very heart of what we do. And that's what makes managing engineering change so complicated. But far too many of us struggle to stay on top of the changes using a hodgepodge of emails, spreadsheets, documents and shared folders. Managing ECRs, ECOs, approvals, supply orders across so many stakeholders is at best a slow and confusing process when using ad hoc methods. At worst, it can lead to costly product errors. Even if you're already using a basic PDM, you may benefit from this presentation. In this presentation, we're going to look at how using a multi-purpose data management solution like Autodesk Vault Professional can help you take control of the complexity to make your company more effective and efficient in managing engineering change. Often when talking about data management, companies focus exclusively on the data. At Cantel, we like to look at PDM's three key areas: people, processes, and data. The data piece is of course significant, but you can't think about it in isolation. You need to consider carefully all of the stakeholders involved and the processes that keep work flowing smoothly. This is especially true in the case of engineering change management. First, let's take a look at the people. What are the challenges of getting everyone on the same page? And how can Vault help get your entire team in sync? Collaboration is essential to the success of the change process. But nearly half of all companies struggle with communication and collaboration. Communicating change within the engineering department is difficult enough. Individuals often lack visibility into what their team members are working on, or lack understanding on why changes are being made, or perhaps why changes are being made in the first place. These problems get exacerbated for your engineers working in satellite offices, where the visibility can be even worse. Finally, the problem of collaboration becomes even more complex when outside stakeholders are involved with a change, such as other departments within the company, as well as outside the company, or customers and suppliers. As a dedicated PDM solution, Autodesk Vault can help you overcome these challenges. PDM can help facilitate better collaboration both within engineering and with outside team members. Within engineering, check-in and check-out functionality enables concurrent design without overwriting. It also provides an audit trail, so you can log the who, what, and when of any design changes and approvals along the way. Vault makes data easier to understand visually and includes reporting functionality to make project updates easier. Permissions can be assigned to outside groups to access data, and a web client can also be used to help people search, find, and view data that they need to perform their roles. If your company also uses SharePoint, you can integrate Vault, so people can access the features of Vault from the system they're already familiar with today. Vault can also be integrated into Microsoft Office applications, the documentation that is created by people throughout the company today. Finally, Vault makes working with distributed teams easier and more effective. No matter where in the world they are, your engineers all have secure access to the same up-to-date design data. File stores can be replicated to multiple sites, to enable all engineers to work from the same data. Replicated files include project and product data, as well as shared content libraries. Now, secondly, let's discuss the challenges and bottlenecks that prevent companies like yours from establishing efficient and effective workflows, and how Vault can help optimize product development processes. If you don't have a real PDM system in place, then your engineers are probably still using emails, spreadsheets, and shared drives to collaborate with each other. Are you facing any of these common problems associated with a disconnected engineering team? Are your engineers spending way too much time searching for files hidden on multiple locations? Maybe they're working on an out-of-date version of the design, or even overwriting each other's work because there's no way of knowing who is working on what part of any given moment. And these problems only become more difficult for your engineers working in satellite offices. And how difficult is it when someone tries to introduce a new CAD file format into the design? How much time does that waste? How much data gets lost and needs to be recreated from scratch? So, how can Autodesk Vault help? Well, Autodesk Vault includes powerful features to help automate and accelerate the sharing of more accurate engineering data with manufacturing teams. Rather than manually extracting bill of material information, a process that can take days, Vault can automate the process for a more accurate bill of materials that can even be integrated with other business systems. The processes for ECRs and ECOs can be automated as well. Manufacturers on the shop floor can even access the data easily through a web browser, so they have greater visibility into the details of changes and status. Because they're all working from a central source of data, engineering and manufacturing stay on the same page, enabling you to avoid a lot of duplicated effort and get your product out of the door on schedule. Best of all, the product that ends up in your customer's hands can live up to the vision of the designers. Finally, let's look at the data component of managing change. Of course, having fast access to accurate data is at the core of any product data management system. There are many common data-related problems that can arise when trying to manage engineering change, especially if you aren't making use of a PDM system. If your departments are working in silos, if data is scattered on spreadsheets and email, if they're maintaining multiple databases of design information, it can lead to significant challenges. For example, delays because you can't find necessary information, redoing work because documents have not recorded all past changes, changes made by manufacturing that never got documented back in engineering, making decisions based on incomplete information. You could be ordering the wrong parts or not ordering parts on time. And worst case scenario, you're working from the wrong version of documents and actually manufacture the wrong version of a product. All of these challenges of controlling your change data can lead to a lot of wasted time, effort, and money. So, how does Vault help? Vault provides the central repository for all of the product information that the team needs to effectively execute on changes. And access to the data is easily managed through setting of permissions. You have one source of product information. The design reuse feature ensures that you don't have to start from scratch every time you do a design iteration. If you're working with multiple offices, vendors or suppliers, your data will not always arrive in the same format. This can cause significant delays. Autodesk Vault Professional lets you take advantage of the AnyCAD technology in Autodesk Inventor, so that working with CAD files is easier regardless of format. In addition to the actual design files like 3D models and drawings, a lot of product documents are created and are typically unmanaged. You're never going to get away from spreadsheets and email entirely. But Vault offers integration with Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint and Outlook software. So all of the documents and presentations, spreadsheets and even email communications can be managed in Vault and associated to relevant projects or individual design files. Now, in order to see all of this in action, my good friend Hung is going to show you a demonstration of Autodesk Vault.
Drew for introducing me. Before the demonstration, I would love to tell you this quick story of how I'm going to walk you through the demonstration. Start with, in order to access Cancel Vault from anywhere on the world, if the person who works for Cancel will use Google Vault web client and webmail in order to do some markup and locate the file in order to do a customer requested modification. After Sally located the markups, she would then use webmail send it to Hung, who is actually responsible for create a copy design, create a engineering change order to accept the request product improvement, so that Hung able to submit that process request to this next person in the line with the map manager. Map manager is the manager who manages the whole chain process of Cancel, and through that he able to approve the ECO that it Hung created. The next person on the line is, after the process, the ECO would approve, the whole process will move on, and Drew Designer is the person who will receive the notification for redesign and update the drawing, add item to new design, and Drew Designer will use Vault Desktop and Inventor to do the work. After Drew finishes work, he submitted to the next person in the line in the routing is Charlie Jecker. Charlie will check through work and pass it on to Ron Reviewer, who will review and make comment to the design. Finally, the design, the ECO will end up notify at engineering for review and approve the engineering changes. From this point on, the ECO will be sent it and notify again map manager, who will do the approval of the ECO, release to subfloor, and export and link on the build material to Cancel internal ERP system. That's the story I would like to convey today. Let's start with Sally. Sally is the sales rep of Cancel, who actually today is on site. She visiting the client, and in order to show Cancel product to the client, Sally is actually using Google Earth, and through Google Earth, through a quick search of the word Cancel, she able to locate all of the Cancel office across Canada, together with other Vault and some different location that is stored in our Cancel database. In order to log into the Vault, Sally just simply select the Cancel Vault and click on the link. She able to log into Cancel Vault using Sally Cell. What you see here is the Vault web client, Autodesk Vault web client, that accessed through Google Earth. Vault web client provide multiple functionality that you can use the web to browse all of the data that is stored centrally in your Vault. In there you can go have item master, you have where the build material can also link it to other part, and in here you can also do able to see all of the other Office document like Word and Excel and so on. Let's close it down and go straight to the heart of the Cancel Vault. To the Cancel Vault, you're able to see a Project Explorer, and the search engine of the web client Vault is very simple to you. Sally just simply type in the word cancel and do a quick search. And through that, the search engine will able to locate the 3 different documents that's currently stored inside Cancel Vault. One of them is actually a Revit file. It's called Cancel Head Office. Through the interface, you're able to see all of the property of the file that are attached to the Cancel Office model. You see the file extension, the Cancel Head Office Revit file with the extension RVT. From that, you can actually quickly view the file. In here, Sally just simply click on the icon and she able to view the Cancel Head Office. Through that, she able to hide and show a few objects on the model in order to talk to the client. She can also isolate a particular object in the assembly or in the Revit file in order to share all of the data with the client. Sally quickly hit a record back and she can go back to a folder that store all of the Revit file internally in Cancel. In our office, we can also do multiple design. One of them that Sally would like to share with the client is on the lock building that Cancel designed in the past, and she wants to share all of the design with the client. Through the web viewer, you can actually section the model to clearly show the client what exactly going on with the model and verify a few items on the fly just through the Autodesk web client. Today demonstration is not target into Revit. We target on manufacturing process. So in order to show the client who actually interested on some robot that design and carry some of the product we carry internally, Sherry search for the word robot. The web client will automatically allocate her a complete assembly of a humanoid robot currently at the version 2. Within the Vault client, Sally able to see all of the sub-assembly that linked to the main assembly of the humanoid robot. She can quickly open the visualization to show the humanoid robot to the client and verify a few things with the client to see if he's interested to order some humanoid product from Cancel. So the client requests that he liked the robot model, but he like to add a hat on top of the robot, and he would like to modify the look of the robot by moving the jaw of the robot down. So with a quick search button, Sally will go back to the main assembly and browse through the main assembly, and she able to locate the sub-assembly of the head of the main humanoid robot. Same thing, she able to quickly have some other document related to the sub-assembly. For example, on the icon used, she able to locate and knowing that the robot head it belongs to the humanoid robot, and the robot head also have a drawing attached to it. Now Sally need to quickly do some note, some redlining, and do some markup in order to send back to the engineer in Cancel. So through the viewer, Sally quickly cloud and mock up the top of the robot and put in some note, for example, as hat. She also, based on the client request, she like to have the jar but moved down so that it can improve the look of the robot based on the request by the client. And by looking at the title block, she also noticed that the title block, it doesn't have the title, and also the drawing number is not based on the drawing number standard that was set by Cancel throughout of the 50 years in their business. So Sally quickly put the note saying that update the title block and drawing number based on Cancel item number scheme. She then move on, and she also need the build material, the BOM, to be updated to all of the number scheme that was set up when we release all of the item to our shop floor. She quickly make the note asking the people, the engineer, to also update the build material. So now, with all of the markup have been done, so Sally need to save this markup. So she quickly save it on her desktop with the name called markup. She then just go back to the Vault for doing some other thing, or she just simply goes straight to Google through Google Earth in order to quickly compose a quick email that is sent to the next person who responsible for submit a engineering change order at the process, so that communicate with our internal engineer, so that we can go back to work and redesign the humanoid robots based on the request, the look of that request by the client. So after composing an email, Sally can also attach directly the markup that she said earlier. So while the attach would link into her web mail, she can just go back to the Google Earth, browse to another different Vault. For example, in here, she can look into the Autodesk Vault, or search for some other thing on Google Earth, and if this location that it linked to another different Vault that where she have access, she able to log in. So the attachment is done. Now she will hit the button to send that to Hung, who is next in the line that will help her to create and submit the chain engineering project. The next person in the process is Hung, who currently works on his desktop, and he currently also logged into the same Cancel Vault through Vault Explorer. As you see from here, Vault Explorer contains, similar to Windows Explorer, that will have several different folders, design, email, library, Revit file, and all of the files that had been shown and seen earlier by Sally Cell using the Google Earth. So with the ding, Hung received Sally Cell email. The first thing he needs to do is, through Outlook, he would able to log into the Autodesk Vault. The reason behind that, he need to check in Sally email. You see from here the email with all of the attachment is shown on the screen, Hung will automatically have that checked under the folder email. He also adds a comment for later search from Sally cell. After the check-in, two votes successfully check into the cancel vote. So switch back to his Vault Explorer. He refreshed the screen, and right away under the email folder, it showed two documents had been attached. Vault Explorer, it also have a very easy interface to you, where in the bottom screen you're able to see the history and use that, where it have all of the related document that can show you exactly how things organized and on the trail on this document. Under the change order, he can also go directly to the preview and read the content of Sally cell email. It also has some data sheet attached to the email for later on got to be organized. He also able to view the markup that is attached from Sally, and he go to all of the redlining that Sally had done using Google Earth and web client, and had attached and sent it to him to her web mail. So now Hung will go through the content of Sally and will see what he needs to do based on her request. So from Sally, he knows that he needs to copy a design of the cup head. He create an ECO and send it along the engineering general, add markup and update title block and build material using cancel item sequence number. So the first two things he have to do is to create a design, copy design from a current design that sitting in cancel vault. So quickly he type in the word curve and do a quick search in cancel vault. The search will automatically locate him all of the document that have the word curve in there. So that is the drawing, and the second one is actually the model, the inventor model of the robot head. So from that, Hung ultimately just simply on the right mouse click, he used the copy design. The copy design of Vault Explorer allow you to reuse all of the data that's the legacy data in the store in the vault, instead of start everything from scratch. So Hung will quickly make a new folder for the new design of the new head design. In the copy design feature of Vault Explorer, you also have the ability to quickly add prefix and postfix to all of the related file in the assembly or sub-assembly or all of the attached document that are related to a part. So in here, the prefix would change to new, and on the postfix, Hung will add the word design onto the end of every name of the file. So everything already set up now. All he needs to do is create a copy. The copy went on successfully with all the check mark that telling Hung that there's a copy sitting there. So he quickly go into the Explorer, and by using the word new to do a quick search, he able to get location of all of the new file that is currently copied onto the vault. So two files have been copied. One is called new curve, and the second one is the assembly. Go back to Sally email one more time. The second thing he needs to do is to create a engineering change order in order to send all of the notification and also all of the exact file along to the whole team. As a lazy person, he just simply copy the entire the content of Sally email, and through the change order, he's going to create a new change order. All of the number can be created quickly. On the detailed description, he paste the content of Sally email onto the detailed description and replace the word hung with the word gang for all of his team, and at the end to add his name to it. The change order title is also can help for searching purpose. So Hung will copy and paste the new design of the humanoid head onto the title. He then can also set the due date for the whole issue. So it's going to be on a Saturday. So with all of that done, he can also go directly to the file, and to the file of the ECO. Vault allow you to attach all of the necessary documents that need to be changed. So Hung will go straight to the email folder, and he able to attach Sally email and also the markup from Sally onto the ECO. The routing is the engineering routing that where all of the people in his gang will line up to receive, to get the notification in order to go to work. So he saved the ECO, and he will then need to help along the way with adding a couple of the two new copy design that he created earlier. So on the right click on other file, able to add on of the to an existing ECO. So the quick find now, the system able to locate a new ECO that he created. So on a double click, the two new file that need to be changed now have the ECO one attached to it. To double check, just simply double click on that. Now on the ECO one, under the file, now we see 4 files that actually attached. 2 new design with the drawing and the markup from Sally. The status it now need to be open and to send straight to a Matt manager, so Matt can approve the process. So Hung just copy and submit the process onto Matt manager so that he can approve the process of the engineering change. His job done, nothing he able to do with the ECO. So the second person who will be in the line is Matt manager, who is the approval of the process changing. Hung done with his job. Now he locked out of the vault. Matt will receive a notification through Vault Explorer. He then will log into the vault. He can locate it under the folder change order list, able to see the engineering change order 001, and underneath of that he will know that it currently open and wait for him to approve in order to have the change process going. He can reject in it, he can also submit it to work, or he can also submit and force approval to the very end to sum up the change request that doesn't need a lot of work. So Matt will submit the issue to work. Quickly double click on each icon. He able to view the path traveling up on the whole process. Currently at the process of open for work, Matt can see a list of people who get involved with the whole engineering chain. The person who will be next on the list to do the ECO is Drew Designer. Matt approved the process. Now he just simply log out of the vault. The change process has been approved. So the person who lined up for it is Drew Designer. He logged into the vault. He will see under his work list he have an issue waiting for him to view. So open the issue. Drew can locate it on the Add tab view and also look at the routing and know that it opened for him. From within the issue, he able to view the markup that attached to the issue and also a email that earlier sent to Hung by Sally Cell. He will go straight to, on the right mouse click, he goes straight to the drawing, and underneath of that, on the right mouse click, he able to check out the drawing. And the same thing, on the right mouse click, he opened the drawing in order to do all of the engineering changes for the new design. The drawing of the new design is open. It's a bit difficult for Drew, who actually don't visually see the markup on the drawing. So he went back to the vault, and under the ECO, he knows that there's a markup that he can quickly locate it, and he will also check it out, the markup. The reason Drew want to do that is just because he like to check out the markup and have it overlaid on top of his current drawing, so that will make it easy for him to see what he needs to edit and what had been there for him to not edit or remove. So with the overlay selected on the sheet, Drew can view and see exactly the task that he needs to do. So the first thing he needs to do is to open the Inventor assembly. He needs to update the assembly. He makes sure that all the view that it update according to the new assembly that have been copied using copy design. He review on the markup, so now he needs to do it to open the jar based on the request from Sally that is sent to the whole gang earlier. The request also asked him to add a hat on top of the robot head. He can insert it from multiple places, but in this case, he knows that there's a hat stored in the vault, so he inserted from the vault, and on a quick search on the left hand side, he able to quickly locate the hat model that is stored inside Cancel vault. So the hat, it has been inserted into the model. Drew just needs some time to position the hat to be relatively reasonable to show on the drawing. The hat now insert properly, and the robot face with a smile. Now Drew, go ahead, save the assembly, and he will close the assembly down and go back to the drawing of the robot head assembly. In a few seconds, all of the view on the drawing is updated. He because the hat is now added to the view, so he may need to do a little bit of the cleanup, moving some text around to clear out of the way. He also wants to make a quick note for himself that the first two markup have been done, so on the right mouse click he able to put some comment on the markup and tell the checker that the two tabs that he done now is ready for review. He saved the drawing and now ready for him to check back to the vault. So under the vault ribbon, there's the check icon. You just simply select that and check the whole thing in with the comment add a hat. In a few seconds, the drawing now will be checked back into cancel vault. The drawing is now closed. Drew switch back to Vault Explorer, and he also checked back the markup back into the vault. So he quickly used the Vault Viewer to double check to see if everything has been checked in and updated properly. So now the robot have the hat, and he goes straight to the drawing of the robot with the hat to make sure that everything update on it. Two things he needs to do is to update the drawing number based on cancel sequence number, and also update the item. Is a represent physical element that commonly used to produce products of manufacturing. Common items include part, assembly, document, consumable goods, such as oil, lube, and manual, so on. Some items are purchased or manufactured. This translates the design information into a purchasable solution. Under the view, the item view, you can have multiple item view that you can add it to the item. All of the Vault property that you can customize. In here, you will see that I just add Drew just add a spare part with the custom property that he created earlier. He can rearrange all of the column in a manner that is readable. And the next step Drew need to do is to assign all of the new item number to all of the part of the robot head. So on the right mouse click, he just simply choose change number, and there's a cancel item number scheme already created. He can do a pre-check, and the complete assembly now have a new item number 001-cancel. Drew then can select the rest of the part if you like, and repeat this one more time to make sure that all of the part in the robot head now take and cancel item number. That multiple fashion you can do. In this demonstration, we can show you the cancel item number scheme that have been created for this particular vault. So in a second, all of the part number of the robot head now carrying on the new item number. Item is the physical representation of a physical element. So through that, you can also add some other non-CAD, for example, loop assembly document, in order to ship this robot head on site. Sometimes we need a kit that it may include with something completely non-CAD, for example, oil, loop, assembly menu. So all of these have been created in the vault. So in a quick search, you're able to find this particular item, and this acted just like a sub-assembly that is where the item 1001, it has several things underneath of that. For oil, assembly menu, box of screw, gasket, loop, and so on. All of the item can also be easily the quantity, the item quantity can easily be changed on the fly by simply pump up the number. So go ahead, save the item number. Now under the assembly drawing of the view, he able to have a CAD BOM attached to that sub-assembly of the robot head. This next thing he need to do is based on Sally request. He needs to update all of the BOM and also the title block. So he go ahead, check out the drawing. The drawing now is not yet updated with the item number based on Sally request. So the first thing Drew needs to do is open the assembly, and through the vault, he able to update the property of all of the parts using the vault property that it have been mapped between the item number to the part number. After update the property of the robot head, he saved the file, and now he can go back to the drawing and right away all of the part list on the part number have taken the new cancel sequence item sequence number scheme. He can also update the property of the drawing. After the update, you will see the title block has been updated. It also take on the cancel item number scheme. He then save the drawing, and now he can just quickly check it back to the vault. We can design in Inventor and Vault, create our assembly in CAD drawing, but now we must communicate downstream with the ERP and MRP system. Now we need to share usable information of those systems to those who can understand it. Create BOM manually on spreadsheet, slow and error prone. Vault effectively close off the gap with the use of item as you see. So with the inside the vault, Drew able to save to verify his job, and now he can move on, take the ECO and submit it for review. After Drew submitted for review, his job is done. Nothing he was to do on the ECO. Drew then logged out the Vault. Drew works need to be checked. So in the engineering routing rule, we do have to check the next person who would actually Charlie checker. Charlie log into his Vault, and under the notification, now he able to see that he is the person who need to check and approve Drew design work. He able to reject if after the review is not correct. He can also move it forward and approve somebody work after he check it. So Charlie quickly go to the new design done by Drew. He go to all of the title block, the build material. He also able to compare with the mock-up that is included in the ECO, and everything seemed to be correct. So he go ahead, approve the process, and move the ECO to for approval. He done with his job. Now he just simply log out the Vault. Along the line, as engineering, run reviewer need to also review the complete ECO. So he log in, and at the reviewer, own run need to do for this whole process is to review the design that the new design that Drew had done, and he could also as a reviewer he need to make some comment on it. So he review, he approved the process and add some common great work to the whole process, and the process has been, the issue has been reviewed. Ron finished his job. He can log out the Vault. The next person in the engineering routing could be ad engineer who approve the engineering side of it. But in this presentation, we're gonna go straight to the last stage of the ECO by logging at Map Manager. And Map Manager, after he's seen that the who actually can do the complete process of the ECO, so now he overview the whole process of the EVO, make sure that everything correctly. He can reject back, or in this case, he just go ahead approve the ECO and all of the related file. Matt then can also set a release date for all of the assembly that it needs to be sent to the subfloor for manufacturing. He can also now need to communicate downstream with the cancel ERP and MRP system. So within the build material of Vault Professional, you can actually have the link directly to the ERP by export a complete build material to a format XML or multiple different format there, so that all of the information can be linked and upload onto the ERP system. You can export the bill of material. You can print, email, send through email to someone for reviewing. As you see, here in the item master, we see the ability to go from concept to manufacture faster by leveraging our existing CAD data and create file that can be shared downstream. The ability to execute from concept to manufacturing is crucial. Vault provides some central location where engineering and operation can collaborate not only on the CAD, build materials, but on the supporting document as well. Engineering receive an email from a vendor. They can check that directly using the Vault add-in in Vault Explorer. It ensures on the attached document is also associated with the new item assembly, just by simply drag and drop, associate the document in the item master. Manager done with his job. He released everything to the shop floor and he logged out of the Vault. In the meantime, our friendly Sally Cell, she's still roaming around the world and she needs to check back into a cancel Vault just to make sure that whatever she requests, it has been done. So she checked back into the Vault from Google Earth, and through the Vault, she highlighted the project Explorer, and by just simply search for word new, is anything new? So right away, through the Vault client, she's able to see a folder of a new robot head, and underneath of that, she can verify that it has been done, and all of the property attached to it. Rule designer is the one who done the work, and every single trail of these design have been attached to the document. She can actually quickly view the document. In this case, the robot now have the head that she can show it to the client. She also can double check on the drawing that it has generated from the assembly. Panning to the build material, she seen on the number has been updated, the title block has been updated, the robot now have the hat on it, ready for her to print and share that information to her client. Along that, all of the item number for manufacturing, all of the item that attached to the robot hat can also be viewed. So her job is done. Now Sally can be happily search for some different location on the earth so that she can move into. In this case, she's looking for Hawaii. That is where she's going to take her next vacation. Thank you for watching my demonstration.
Thanks, Hung. To sum it all up, change is complex, constant, and comes from multiple sources. Being able to effectively manage change can give your company a competitive edge. There are 3 key elements to managing change. Vault Professional helps keep everyone on the same page by enabling the right people to have access to the right info at the right time. Vault Professional can help by automating workflows and notifications to remove bottlenecks. It also provides a central repository for all of your change data. This is a must if you want to manage change effectively. Autodesk Vault Professional can help you take control of change. For those of you already using Autodesk Vault Basic, you can benefit from going pro. Autodesk Vault Professional software offers a variety of features purpose-built to make engineering change management faster and easier. So with that, thanks for attending our presentation today. I hope you feel it was a good use of your time.